the term moonlighting and what does it mean? In simple terms, it means taking up an extra job or assignment to have an extra income, typically without the employer's knowledge. Now, while some employees feel an extra income is the need of the hour, employers and experts believe if someone is a full-time employee, they are not expected to work elsewhere. And having two salaries without your employer knowing is unethical, with reports of Wipro firing 300 employees found to be directly moonlighting for their rivals, and Infosys and others in the IT industry also concerned about the same. Work ethics and guidelines of the IT industry have now come to the forefront. Now more than ever before, while industry body NASSCOM has said and have told NDTV they will be issuing a statement on the issue shortly, the debate on moonlighting has sparked a huge concern. And of course, to debate this, we have Mayuresh Joshi, market expert. We will also be trying IT analysts through the day. So some questions really to begin with, Mr. Mayuresh Joshi, some believe having an extra income is okay, but being transparent and transparency really is the need of the hour. Do you agree with this issue that the IT industry is facing now more than ever before?
Afternoon, Sakshi. Thanks for having me on your show. So first of all, I would love to see what NASSCOM has to have a take on this, and their circular will be extremely awaited on this. So generally, I think if you're entering into a long-term employment contract with a third employer, I think the conditions that are mandated in terms of fulfilling your obligations towards the employer and the job obligations thereof in terms of your deliverables, I think that is something which needs to be taken very, very seriously. With all these cases probably coming up, yes, I think the ethics part is the most integral part in the entire argument. And in my personal opinion, again, I think having two full-time jobs when you have already signed a contract with one of the employers up front, I think does not seem to be right and ethical for that employer in perspective, and in fact both the employers that he's probably working for.
Sure, and of course, I know you've been speaking to IT analysts as well. So, many are also saying while work from home is today not just restricted to the IT industry alone, thanks to the pandemic, we've also had work from home increasing for other sectors as well. But why is it then that the IT industry seems to be witnessing this impact more? Any thoughts that you can share on this? Of course, you've been interacting with IT analysts as well through the day.
Oh, absolutely. So I think, as you rightly pointed out, I think it might be more diverse in terms of a lot of other sectors also getting impacted. But IT generally has a space because they've got largely 6 hours that they have to mandate in, maybe an 8-hour shift during the day. I think the flexibility probably comes through the remaining of the day to probably fulfill maybe other obligations that they can have. So because of the 8-hour shift and then because it's a highly specialized job as well, I think the kind of demand that has been creeping in for the sector as a whole, you're obviously seeing that through numbers, whether it's the big IT companies or the mid-cap IT companies as well. Attrition has become a big, big headache for all these companies at large. And therefore, the kind of salary hikes, the variable pay incentives that have been doled out to retain employees as well, I think is a significant cost onto their balance sheet as well. It's almost 50-50% in terms of the overall operating cost in terms of salaries that they meet out. So largely, again, I think IT sector has more flexibility compared to a lot of other sectors at this point of time in terms of working hours. And therefore, I think this is one sector where the convenience of work from home, at the same time, having the technology expertise that you've got, which a lot of other companies also need, just replicating that in other areas with other employers to that extent. I think it does not take too much of an headache in terms of a learning curve as well. I think some of these factors probably lead to all these situations and instances that we're